Good morning, children. So let's continue from page number 54. Frank, and I don't know any boy who doesn't use that for his own purposes. Taplow. Well, it's natural, sir, but not with the croc. Frank, Mr. Crocker Harris. So we have read up to the last page. In the last page, we have read that Mr. Crocker Harris, he was a teacher who doesn't like being liked by the students, and if he found that any student like him, he just hate that thing. And he never displays his emotions or his feeling towards the students. So Frank then said that the other teacher, the science teacher, that all the students actually use this trick for impressing the teachers, means they show their respect and their regard towards the teacher. They tries to please the teachers, and every teacher like that. But and all these things the children use for their purpose. But Taplow said there then, sir, it is very natural, but this thing, it doesn't goes with Mr. Croc. Then Frank said, Mr. Crocker Harris. Taplow, Mr. Crocker Harris. The funny thing is that, in spite of everything, I do rather like him. I can't help it, and sometimes I think he sees it, and that seems to shrivel up even more. Then Taplow said, yes, sir, Mr. Crocker Harris. And the funniest thing about this is that I like him. I can't control myself liking him, although there are so many things or qualities in him which are different from other teachers, like he never revealed the result to the students in the class, he don't like being liked by the students and all this. But still, Taplow said that I like him, and this is the a thing which is very different from other teachers. And when Mr. Crocker Harris come to know about this, he even more tries to hide his feelings from the students. Shrivel up means he doesn't show his feelings to the students, and maybe that this is the only thing because of which Taplow like him. Frank, I am sure you are exaggerating now. Then Frank, now he's feeling a little bit jealous for Mr. Crocker Harris, because in spite of so many qualities which are very different, which are not in other teachers, he's very different from other teachers, but still the students like him. So he felt a little bit jealous, and he said Taplow that, Taplow, now you are just overstretching, you're crossing the limits. Taplow, no sir, I am not. In form, the other day he made one of his classical jokes. Of course nobody laughed, because nobody understood it, myself included. Still I knew he had meant it as funny, so I laughed. Out of ordinary common politeness, and feeling a bit sorry for him for having made a poor joke. Now I can't remember what the joke was, but suppose I make it. Now you laugh, sir. Frank laughs. Then Taplow said, sir, no, I'm not actually exaggerating. The thing is like this only. Then he gave him an example that yesterday in the class, he just tell us a joke. His old classical joke means his old fashioned joke, and nobody in the class understood the joke. Even Taplow didn't understand that, but still he laughed, because he knew that the teacher had told them that joke because he wanted to make the environment a little bit light, or it was a little funny thing. So thinking that, Taplow laughed, and he felt a little bit sorry also for Mr. Crocker Harris, because no student understood the joke. So that Mr. Crocker Harris didn't feel bad, he laughed. And now even then he said that, I even don't remember what the joke was about, but suppose if I understand it also, then also I would have laughed. Then he said to Frank, sir, you can laugh on this, means you can laugh on my this thing, although I don't understand the joke, but still I laughed because I don't want Mr. Crocker Harris to feel bad that no one understands his joke. Taplow, in a gentle, throaty voice. Now again he started imitating Mr. Crocker. Taplow, you laughed at my little joke? I noticed. I must confess that I am pleased at the advance your Latin has made, since you so readily have understood what the rest of the form did not. Perhaps now you would be good enough to explain it to them so that they too can share your pleasure. Then Taplow he tried to imitate what Mr. Crocker Harris would have told him when he laughed on the joke. He said that Taplow, I am very happy that you laughed on my joke, and I admit this that I am very happy at the improvement of understanding of your Latin, because you have so immediately understood what the rest of the class is not able to understand. So now you are good enough in Latin, you understand Latin very well, and I'm sure that you can explain it to the whole class also, so that the other students also can share the pleasure of that funny joke. The door upright is pushed open and Millie Crocker Harris enters. She is a thin woman in her late 30s, rather more smartly dressed than the general run of schoolmasters' wives. She is wearing a cape and carries a shopping basket. She closes the door and then stands by the screen watching Taplow and Frank. It is a few seconds before they notice her. Then suddenly the door was opened and Mrs. Crocker Harris, her name was Millie, she entered there. She was a very thin woman, near about in her 30s, and she was very much smartly dressed. She was wearing a long cape. Cape is a long shrug type of jacket which sweeps the floor, and it is generally sleeveless. So she was wearing that, which generally the ordinary school teachers' wives, they never dress up like that. So she was very smartly dressed, and she was carrying a shopping basket also. She closes the door and she was standing there at the screen watching Taplow and Frank. And Taplow and Frank, they noticed her after a few seconds before she had entered there. Frank, come along, Taplow, moves slowly above the desk. Don't be so selfish as to keep a good joke to yourself. Tell the others. He breaks off suddenly, noticing Millie. Oh Lord. Then Frank and Taplow, they have not seen Mrs. Crocker Harris standing there. And Frank was saying to Taplow to come towards him, and he said, don't be so selfish to keep such a good joke with you only. Tell this joke to me also. And he suddenly starts laughing just to make fun of Mr. Crocker Harris. And when he suddenly he noticed Millie, and then he said, oh Lord. Frank turns quickly and seems infinitely relieved at seeing Millie. Frank, oh hello. Then Frank notices Mrs. Millie, and he was greatly relaxed. Infinitely relieved means he was greatly relaxed on seeing Millie, and then he just wished her, saying hello. Millie, without expression, hello, she comes down to the sideboard and puts her basket on it. She also greeted him, and she comes towards the sideboard is the Almira, and she kept her basket there. Taplow moving up to the left of Frank, whispering frantically, do you think she heard? And now Taplow was afraid. He thought that Millie had overheard all their talks, and he was a little bit nervous. Frantically means nervously. He came towards Frank, and in a very slow voice, like murmuring, he asked Mr. Frank if Millie had heard whatever they were talking about. Frank shakes his head comfortingly. Millie takes off her cape and hangs it on the hall stand. I think she did. She was standing there quite a time. Then Frank said, he just shook his head and said, I think she has heard, because she was standing there for some time. We have not noticed her, but she was standing there. And Millie, she takes off her shrug and she just hang it there on the stand. Taplow, if she did and she tells him, there goes my remove. Then Taplow was afraid, and he said that if she has overheard our talks, definitely she will tell to Mr. Crocker Harris, and there I lose my promotion. I will lose my result. Frank, nonsense. He crosses to the fireplace. Frank said, no, it's not like that. And he crosses the fireplace. Millie takes the basket from the sideboard, moves above the table, and puts the basket on it. Then Millie, she takes the basket. She just moves away. She moves away from the table and she puts the basket on it. Then Millie to Taplow, waiting for my husband. Taplow moving down left to the table. Yes. Then Millie asked Taplow, are you waiting for my husband? And Taplow replied in a positive way. Millie, he is at the bursars and might be there quite a time. If I were you, I would go. Then Millie said, he is at the bursars. Bursars means it is an office where a person manages financial department. Since it was the last day of Mr. Crocker Harris, so maybe he has some work in that office. So he was there. And Millie said that it might take some time for him And she said that if I were at your place, then I would have gone from here. Taplow doubtfully. He said, most particularly I was to come. Then Taplow said, but ma'am, especially he has asked me to come here, so I have come. Millie, well, why don't you run away for a quarter of an hour and come back? She unpacked some things from the basket. Taplow, supposing he gets here before me? Then Millie said, okay, you can do one thing. For 15 minutes, you can go and you can enjoy, then you can come back. And then she unpacked some things from the basket. Then Taplow said, but ma'am, if Mr. Crocker Harris came here before I return back, then Millie smilingly, I'll take the blame. She takes a prescription out of the basket. I tell you what I tell you what you can do a job for him. Take this prescription to the chemist and get it made up. Then Millie smiled. She was very happy that the child is so obedient. And then Millie said, okay, you don't worry. If Mr. Crocker Harris will come, I will take the whole blame upon me. Then she takes out a prescription from her basket, and then she said, you do one thing, you just take this prescription is, it's a doctor's slip of medicine, it's a recommendation of the medicines. So she said, you take this prescription to the chemist and you just bring these medicines. Taplow, all right, Mrs. Crocker Harris. He crosses towards the door upright. Then he said, okay, all right, ma'am, I'll go and I'll do this. And he just go out of the room. And the story ends here. Children, I hope the play is clear to you. It simply shows a student's feelings or emotions, or what the students feel about the teachers, and the jealousy of teachers also. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. That's all for today. Have a good day.